All right, guys. So welcome everybody to the Go Teams weekly coach call, and we're excited to be with you here in the starting February strong, and hopefully getting some really great progress. We are coming on. Just if you wouldn't mind muting for a second, just because we are recording. We want to make sure everybody's got that mute going on. So I am going to do that real fast for everybody. Okay, so today I'm going to share my screen, and we'll get rolling. Righty, very quickly. Let me go back out, and there it is. A 1 and a 2 and share. All right, can everybody see our screen? See my screen? Nope. Yes. Thumbs up, people. Can you see it? Let me see. Yes, you got it. Okay, good. All right, so we are the Go Teams. This is just a few of us, as always. Like to kind of review our mission and what we're trying to do here, guys. So really what want to encourage us that as the Go Team, and as it relates to Beachbody Corporate, there's a little bit of a distinction, but there's also very much inclusion into what we do as an overall company. So real quick here, the Go Team we exist here really to help equip and inspire busy coaches with the essentials to build freedom-bringing businesses. That's our little part. And then Beachbody's part, which is more the corporate, any team would give you this, that help people achieve their goals and live healthy and fulfilling lives. And so really, guys, what we're out to do is to, again, equip and inspire tonight. We want to try to keep it on the essentials so you're not running over like crazy, and everybody's probably felt that at some point in their coaching career, a little overwhelmed. Can I get a raised hand from anybody? Come on, anybody? Yes, there we go, if we're all being truthful. So what we're trying to do is keep it close to the essentials as much as possible, and trying to kind of whittle down on those things that are most important. Part of our process here, guys, is really, and it starts on the top right of this wheel, is to hit Success Club every month. Growing coaches are trying to hit Success Club every month, which if you're a brand new coach, we'll talk to you guys in just a second. That's really basically helping 2 to 3 people each month. And if you're helping 2 to 3 people and then ultimately asking them to maybe ultimately join you in helping other people, so that you're going to help them hit Success Club, and then you repeat this thing all over. And then where the magic happens, guys, is in our challenge groups. And then we help people with some of our Coach Basics training, and we get people started properly. Because, as it says in the bottom left here, complexity is the enemy of execution. We want to keep it simple, even though there's a lot of facets to all of that. So you guys would all go, yo, that's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, but there's a lot of facets. You guys know what it is with social media and encouraging challengers and inviting and building relationships and all that stuff. But this little wheel is really the hub of it. And if we can understand that, guys, we're going to be better in better shape to equip people. Okay, so a quick shout out to some of our new coaches. And Kelsey Combs, I'm going to have you hop on. You can unmute yourself. And you know what? I'll do mine first if she's still coming on. So I'll do mine. We'll give her a couple seconds here. All right, so a quick shout out. Very excited. And there she is. I see her. So excited to have Sherry Nadai on that's how you say it, right? Sherry, am I right? Okay. She has been part of our most recent challenge here. And Sherry, I'm not going to make you speak anything. We're just going to say, hey, welcome to the team. We're excited to have you be part of us. And she is, guys, just a good friend of mine from we've known each other a long time. And I'm super excited to have her say things like, Dan, this time it just really clicked for me. And so her way of thinking now about herself, the way she's thinking about exercise and this whole thing has really changed, which has her interested in really helping others get that same kind of shift, which I think, guys, so excited. That makes me crazy excited. Patrick, I don't know if you're on the line yet. I think you were maybe going to be able to make it. So Patrick, I don't know if I see you. I don't think I see you actually yet. But that's okay. So shout out to Patrick Troop. Is also a new, he's a brand new challenger. But guys, Brandy, Trusty, and I, and Julia, if you're on the line, as we're running this a different group, which is our February group, he's just killing it in there, and so he is really excited to help others as well, and just a natural coach. And then lastly, Nancy Zahner, she has not been able to join she's not able to join the call tonight, but want to give a shout out to Nancy if you're watching the recording. You are awesome, and we love you, and I cannot wait for you to be part of our team, which is exciting. All right. So that's that. Miss Kelsey, I'm going to turn this over to you. Go ahead.
All right. So my two new coaches, Betty Jo is one of them. I actually went to high school with Betty Jo, and I've been talking to her for about Beachbody since I started being a coach, actually. I mean, I've noticed that she's been on this fitness journey for a while, and she's trying to have this healthier lifestyle, and I wanted to help her. And she has contacted me a few different times, and then recently I have been starting my new challenge here, and she decided she wanted to be a coach. So I'm really excited about that. I've told her how coaching can actually push you to do more and keep you very accountable by leading others. So I'm very excited about that. And then Danielle, I actually work with her. She works in a different department than me at the hospital, but we met in nurse residency, starting off at our jobs, and I thought she was super funny and hilarious. We kind of became friends through that. And then one day she asked me about Beachbody. She has done almost every single challenge I've done so far. I haven't done a ton because I am a newer coach, but she's done every single one plus the 3-day refresh. And she finally just said to me last week, she's like, hey, I really want to do this coach thing. I want to be very consistent with Shakeology, and I want to get on this. Can I please do this? And I was like, heck yes. So very excited about these two new coaches.
Good deal. All right, so I'm going to quickly open this up. Are you guys ready? So it is time to give it a big, I'm going to unmute and I'll cheer loudly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go! Woo!
Yeah.
Guys, awesome. All right, muting back. Oh, good stuff. So welcome to the Go Team, guys. You're part of a crazy, wild bunch, and I'm so excited that you are part of us. Good stuff. All right, moving on. Guys, got some recognition to do. This is good. Last month was a good month for Go Team. Very proud of you guys. It's been an amazing journey. All right. So can you all see this slide? 5 Lives Club. Guys, I had a great month. My best month in my entire history as a Beachbody coach. Success Club 54. Insane. I do know how it happened. I planted a lot of seeds, and I followed up like a banshee, creating a lot of relationships and adding a lot of value. So it was a great month for me. Shout out to Claire, who hit Success Club 10. It's been a while since she's even hit Success Club. So to hit Success Club 10 for her, just really, really awesome. And very close there for this last month was Kelsey, who just spoke at 9. Julia at 8 for her first month, which was great. Steph Morris at 8. I'm going to minimize this so everybody can see. Steph Morris at 8. Stacy Reed at 6. Jen Kuntz at 6. And guess what, guys? Got some late information from Stacy, but Millie Carpenter is actually supposed to be in that, up in 6 as well. So I couldn't find her picture that quick because I just found out about 2 minutes before the call. Quickly, I'm going to read these names because it's so critical. Bonnie 4. Andy Cashman 3. Pam 3. Jessica Jackson 3. Actually, Jim Morris is included in Stephanie's. Jamie Murphy 3. Brandy Trusty 3. Allison Brown 2. Kelly Dye 2. TJ Kling 2. Holly Trukowski 1. And Christina Wheeler 1. Guys, all changing lives and all making a difference in people's lives. So just so we understand, Success Club, again, is gauging how many lives we are impacting. And we really can't effectively engage our people or engage people in this process without hitting Success Club, guys, without at least making some points on the board each month, okay? So congratulations. So TJ should be 3, but maybe you didn't get bumped yet by the time I hit my report. Sorry about that. Kelly had 6. I wrote it down wrong. Okay. Stacy. Okay. That's all right. So we've got so Kelly had 6, and then Millie had 2. Is that how it rolled? Stacy, I hope that's correct. I want to make sure those guys are covered. So congrats, guys. Good stuff. Big shout out also as well to Ms. Kelsey. Just today, Success Club 10 for this month. That would be, ladies and gentlemen, how many days into the month? That would be 6 days. She's outpaced the days by like 4. So, so she's got more than a point per day. So just big shout out to Kelsey. Great job on that. Nice work. girl, rocking it already. Her first time to SC10. And we're going to talk to Kelsey in just a second about how this is all happening. Wanted to give you a quick update if you saw this in the Beachbody Champions page. Guys, so good. New training stuff. Your first 30. Now, there's 3 30s that we're going to be in trouble with. Your first 30 minutes, your first 30 hours, and first 30 days in Beachbody coaching. This is going to be shifting some of the way we do some of our coach basics and the way we do our 5-day rock the basics, which is actually going to be changing here in this next month or so. But I did want to make you guys aware, and I'm going to do a quick news share here real fast for you. Yes, so this is really good stuff. I'm going to do a quick news share. Let me know if you can see my screen real fast. Okay. All right, can everybody see that? It says first 30 on the top of the screen. Can you see it? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Yep, good. All right, so business first 30 quick. It's going to look similar to the old GSR document that we had. So this is the business quick start. It's going to basically walk people through a lot of the basics. This is just more informational, which is really what they should probably know. They should know who their sponsor coach is, who their upline diamond, upline star diamond, that kind of stuff, coach relations number, that kind of setting up their coach profile, knowing what their coach websites are and all that stuff. So that's good. Number 2 then, which was always the backside of that sheet. Guys, if you guys remember this, okay? 30-day coach action plan, okay? And here's where we dial into things like your why, and it's actually so much clearer than we used to have. It used to be like kind of confusing for people, and they had these little things, and I'm supposed to hit Success Club in so many days, and it just didn't make a lot of sense for new people because it used a lot of terminology they weren't even familiar with, okay? So first 30-day goals kind of goes through some of that, and then has action steps, vital behaviors. So getting coaches into action immediately, which is really, really helpful. So it's very, very clear, guys. Yep, so much better, okay? And then finally, this, you guys ready? If you're just for a second, you got distracted and you were answering a Facebook message, come back here for a second, right? Because this is good. Ready? Here we go. This was announced today, and it's huge. 3 steps to share Shakeology, okay? This guide is freaking amazing, and we'll have all this in the Coach Club, so you all know where it's all at, and it's also going to be part of our new My Coach HQ vault, okay? This is going to be critical. So basically up front, you're focusing, it helps you learn the essentials about Shakeology and helps you share your experience. My favorite recipe, what Shakeology does, and there's all these different things. So there's tools, and then here guys, 3 key reasons why our bodies need Shakeology. Bam, bam, bam. New coach. I'm so scared. I don't know what to say about Shakeology. These 3 things. 1, 2, 3. You know what to do. Oh, it's more than just a shake. Is it? Why? Well, it's got exotic superfoods, pro and prebiotics, phytonutrients, blah, 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 blah. 5 key things that Shakeology does for the body. Clinically shown to help you lose weight, reduce cravings, etc., etc. You see how this works, guys? So helpful, and it's just laid out so cleanly that a coach doesn't have to be overwhelmed by like, oh my gosh, there's all this information. Now, truly, this is a lot of information that they would probably more refer to. But then the cool part is there's also videos up here that you can refer to for Shakeology that you can send to potential customers or prospects. Good? Everybody happy with that? I'm so happy. It's going to be a great resource for us to use. All right, switching back. All right, so that's the first 30 training, which first 30 days, guys, it's the magic. Those of you who are most successful in this, honestly, your first 30 days, fantastic. All right, as always. It's a chat shout out, chat shout out, chat shout out, it's a chat shout out. All right, so there's our chat shout out theme music. Joe, I had to play that for you today, dude, because you had experienced the chat shout out music. So anyway, so the chat shout out. What is your current coaching strength? In the chat, how would you, and if you're a new coach, what do you think is going to be your greatest coaching strength? And this might be great relationship builder. I think I'm a good relationship builder. I think I listen to people well. I think I have a good knowledge of the products. I'm a product of the product. Vital behaviors. You can go into those things, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. What's your current coaching strength. And that sometimes changes over time, guys, because as you learn some of the skills, I would love to hear what your strengths are. Fitness background. Good. Being genuine. Product of the product. Good. Connection. Yep. Stacy, I would agree with that. So good. Who else? My own 100-pound loss. Janet. Come on, Jeanette. What? 100-pound loss. That's crazy. Jessica, consistency. OMG, says Kelsey. I'm assuming that's about the 100-pound loss. Yes, it is. Amazing. Genuinely care. Yeah. Seriously, guys. Amazing. Can you believe we have a 100-pound loser on our team? That's amazing. Very, very good. Sorry, said that wrong. You have a 100-pound loser. That doesn't make sense. That's sorry. You've lost 100 pounds. Very good. All right. So that's good stuff. And so, guys, I think it's important to recognize in the process, you do have strengths. And sometimes we need to play to those strengths because it's really, really critical. Okay. And rather than just focusing on, all the things that you don't necessarily know. Okay, 2 last things here, and we will be rolling with Joe in a second. So our vitals, guys, today, we're going to focus in on personal development. So critical. We want to absolutely focus in on personal development. So PD Proud is today featuring Jessica Jackson. Are you on the line, Miss Jessica? Miss Jessica, are you there?
Yes.
Awesome. Good to hear from you. All right. Yeah. So Jessica's in my cup team, and she has made this great suggestion, which I thought was fantastic. And our team is listening. I'm hoping you all, right? Cup team, listening to this resource. Anybody know it? Go for no, right? So Jess, what, like, specifically, how is this helping you in this? Let's talk. What's helping you so far? Again, reminders, because this is, I think, your second time through the book.
Yeah. So just one of the biggest things that has made an impact on me as I've been trying to get ready to, set these goals and things for Team Cup was to make goals for no's every week instead of, or maybe along with, I guess, goals for like your yeses or your sells, essentially.
Very good.
He talks about how we should allow the client or the customer to determine when the sell is closed, when it's over, instead of just assuming, they probably reached where they're going to want to be. And, that they're not going to want anything beyond this or buy anything beyond this. Or
great.
I'm not going to offer this.
Give me an example of how that might play out in your.
Well, I just think sometimes I'm still working so much in my warm market. I know a lot of people's situations. And so I just assume they're just a poor stay-at-home mom like me, so they probably can't afford this, so I won't, instead of like throwing out and just still offering it to them. Sometimes it keeps me away from offering certain people everything we have, you know what I mean? And so So this has been really eye-opening, like let them decide if they want it or not, but we need to make sure we're offering it.
Yeah, so letting them, so guys, a particular example for me on this right now, and I think it's a really good thing. So you can go, okay, 160 right now for 21-day fix, right? 160. And you go, well, that's all poor sickness in the Jackson family. I'm so sorry for you guys. But 160, right, is of course, the challenge pack for 21-day fix. But for $39 more, you're going to get every program in the entire library of Beachbody, right? And then letting them just like go, okay, you can get 8 workouts or you can get hundreds. Right. So like that would be an example of maybe going, hey guys, and then if they say no, it's okay. Okay,
right.
We'll just do the 8. That's cool. No problem. And I understand if you can't afford it, that's good. So
yeah. One other thing that was just today that I was listening to on it, he talks about how in making goals for no's that we when we make goals for how many sales or how many challenge packs or how many even conversations we want to start each week, we might hit those, say Wednesday or Thursday, and then we slow down because, well, we've already hit it, so I don't really need to keep going and pushing myself. And he said that's why it's important to make goals for how many no's do you want to hear.
Yes.
Because, we can make a high goal for that.
Absolutely.
Reach it.
And that's true. You know, like truly last month for me, 54, I had no clue.
Amazing.
Literally. I could have said good at 15, 20.
Right.
Then literally that was like 15 plus others people that I would not have impacted. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's a good thing. And so, you know, and I'm going to flip over to Kelsey for time here. But so Jess, thank you so much. Great sharing. And so Go for No, great book. Last thing here, guys, before we get to Joe, is speaking of Kelsey, we just talked to her. She's going to do a little social media minute here. So Kelsey, we're going to have get you online real quick for one quick second. And I want to talk real fast about your learning this week as it relates to your social media and relates to your telling your story. Let's hear from you.
So before on social media, I was pretty bad at just doing the sweaty selfie and, you know, saying let's be fit, let's go exercise kind of thing. But I realized that wasn't really working for me so much. And Dan's helped me a lot through this, but telling your story can be really hard. But I've noticed that people start to really trust you. And they realize that you're very genuine and you really do want to help people. And it's not just about, I want you to buy my stuff. It's not about that anymore. It's more about, they see the fact that you're really trying to help this epidemic that we have of obesity and help change lives, rather than, it's like I said in my post today, it's not all about the abs. It's not all about, you know, being thin. I've just realized that a lot more people engage in those posts when you're very open and just honest about what's going on in your life and what you've been through, and how Beachbody, and what's hard is sometimes you have to relate it to what's going on now. And like, I want to relate it as much as I can to Beachbody and how you guys are all helping me and how this has impacted my life so greatly. So it's not just about telling your story, but then relating it back to that.
Yeah, and we call that breadcrumbing, guys. And it doesn't mean revealing your whole story every time you do it. It could be just a crumb that leads somebody to, oh, in our recent challenge group. Oh, and as I'm drinking my superfood shake. Oh, as I'm, you know, just little pieces like that versus, hey, this challenge pack that changed my life, right? You know, like sale. It's like, you know, the product placement kind of a thing, which is good. So Kelsey, yeah, absolutely. And guys, here's the big thing. Kelsey's engagement has gone through the roof. Absolutely. Like, she was getting about 5, 7 likes maybe, and it's the same people, and it was often us coaches. Now, doing this and interacting with those posts as she's doing it, interacting a little bit back and forth, oh man, she's up like 37s, 47s, you know, that kind of stuff, which is huge, huge, huge difference for you. So great job. All right. Well, thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate that. Thanks, Jessica, both of you guys for speaking on the calls. Love having you guys being part of our leadership as we're doing stuff. Tonight, guys, so excited. My friend Joe, check out his Body Beast. He started with the company not too crazy long ago, and ended up doing Body Beast. And this dude, if you ever search his results, pretty sick, ladies. Just got to say. So he's got some killer results with Body Beast. So Joe is an amazing guy, just so full of knowledge and so full of encouragement. And he has a really nice shirt on, like I said, tonight, which is great. So Joe, I'm going to open it up to you, and I'm going to stop this share so we can see your happy face. And that would be great. So Joe, welcome to the call. Let's all welcome him, can we? Yes.
All right, guys, Team Go. Thanks for having me on the call today. Definitely excited to be here with you guys. I like your name. I've been working with Dan for a while now. I've been at Beachbody for 2 years. I recently switched over to the Central region almost a year ago. So, you know, Dan and I have been in contact with each other for about that time. So that's a little bit about me. Body Beast is fantastic. If you guys haven't tried it yet, get your stuff all together and do that program next if you haven't done it. It's
Get
great.
your beast on. I know Bryce would definitely agree. I'm thinking.
Yeah, definitely a fun program. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into this. Honestly, what I wanted to do is I wanted to start off very similar to kind of what Dan started off with. And that's what I want you guys to really identify what your vision is behind Beachbody. What is it that you guys want to do in the end? You have to be able to identify that. And it's so crucial that you identify it as soon as possible. And don't be afraid to really ask for what you really want. You know what I mean? Do you want to have a little bit more money? Do you want to live in a nicer house? Do you want to send your kids to the college they really want to go to that you can't afford right now? What is it that you really want? I want you guys to really identify that. It's important to identify that now. And the reason why I say that is because if you don't know where you're going to go in the end, you're going to get, let me just use this example. So there's a story in Alice in Wonderland, right? So Alice is walking through Wonderland and she's trying to figure out where she's going. And she reaches a fork in the road. And the Cheshire Cat's just in the middle of the fork. And she asks the Cheshire Cat, which path should I take? And the Cheshire Cat responds back and says, well, where do you want to go? And Alice says, I don't know. And the cat said, then it doesn't matter which path you take, right? You guys reach forks in the road every single day. You have to make decisions. Am I going to take this path or am I going to take this path? Am I going to do this or am I going to do that? But if you don't know where you're going, you're just like a ship without a rudder. I mean, you're just letting the sea just push you around at this point in time. So the first thing I'm going to challenge you guys today is identify 3 things you guys want to achieve this year. Okay? These are kind of like.
Can I do a quick interrupt for 2 seconds, guys? So we're going to ask you, I think it'd be really helpful if you don't have some kind of a note-taking device, you should avail yourself of that. I'm going to be typing on my phone. I'm not on, just so you know, when you see me looking down, it's not me typing, it's me actually taking notes. So Joe, that'd be great. Thanks, man.
All right. Yeah. So 3 things you want to achieve this year. If you put 50 things on there, it's just going to be difficult for you to understand, which one you're really going to want to push towards. So let's simplify your goals as well and say, what is most important for you to achieve this year? Okay. If you guys want to build more income, rank advance, help more people, do whatever, that's fine. But understand where it is you're really wanting to go long term. Okay. Don't sell yourself short. Every time I talk with coaches, when I go and travel, I was just in Austin and I was dealing with, lots of coaches down there. And it's funny because I'll talk with coaches and oftentimes they'll be like, well, I want to hit 2-star by 2027. And it's like, no, you can do this faster. We just need to make sure that we're aligning your daily actions with where you're wanting to go. Okay. That's such a huge portion. Anything you guys want to do with your physical fitness, you guys can make it happen if you align your daily actions with where you're wanting to go. What is your nutrition? What is your exercise program? Are you able to resist those super awesome cinnamon rolls that your spouse might make or whatever? But it's all about what you do every single day that will determine where you're going long term. If you guys haven't read, I like Go for No. I think that's a fantastic book, especially for Team Cup Month. I think that's a great one. The other thing that I'm going to challenge you guys to do, read the 12-week year. Okay. The 12-week year is huge. And it's going to help you achieve things in 12 weeks that it would take most people a year to achieve. Okay. But what the premise is, honestly, is making sure that you do the things on a daily basis that are aligning you to get your long-term goals. All right. If you guys do that, you're going to see movement in your business. You're going to rank advance. You're going to make more revenue. But we have to make sure that we're on point there first. Okay.
So Joe, can I quick thing here? I love what you said real fast before we move much further. But guys, I want you to always, I think you can relate your coaching journey to your fitness journey all the time. There's so many parallels, but that says, if I follow these steps and do these things, I'm going to be fit. And the same thing is with your business. If you follow these steps and do these things, it's the daily actions, guys, that will ultimately get you where you want to go. But, if you hate doing push-ups and you never do push-ups, you're never going to get better at push-ups. Same thing with inviting. You hate inviting and you never do invite, you're never going to get better at it. So again, that parallel is so critical for me. And I think the more we think that, I love what you just hit on that. So good.
So guys, in the end, what I'm just going to tell you is that if you want to achieve things that you've never achieved before, you guys have to do things you've never done before. All right. Your life has to change. How you do things on a daily basis needs to change. Your personality can stay exactly the same. You can still be you, but we need to make sure that we're putting first things first, that we're definitely working on the right activities and we're being consistent. So aside from identifying your 3 most important goals, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to write down your business hours. Okay. If you guys don't have business hours, then you're not necessarily working your business to the fullest degree. Like imagine you got a store that you absolutely love, and every time you showed up there, the doors were closed. The store probably wouldn't be in business very long before it had to quit because nobody could buy their product, right? So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to identify when you're working the business and also when you're not, okay? It's important to have your business hours for both of those reasons. If you're not careful, you can burn the candle from both ends, and then your family's going to be like, you're never with us, you're never hanging out with us, blah, 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 blah. And it's really important for you guys to really make sure that you're working your business when you're supposed to be working your business, but you also have balance in your personal life with your family, with your friends, with, church or whatever it is. So identify when you're going to be working the business every single week. Some of you guys might have like a retail job, or you work a swing shift at the hospital as a nurse, or whatever that is. That's fine. So if that's the case, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is each week when you get your new schedule, make sure that you just create a new work schedule every single week. Okay. Write it up someplace where you can see it and make sure to commit to that. Beachbody's tagline is decide, commit, succeed. The beautiful thing about what we do in this company is we know that if people decide to join your challenge group and they're committed to following the nutrition and they're committed to doing the workouts, they will succeed. They will get results. It's not a question. They're destined to get results. Okay. And the same thing, just like Dan said, is true about your business. If you guys decide what you want to do first, that's the vision portion we just talked about, and you guys commit to show up every single day and align yourself with what you need to do to get there, it will happen. It's not a question of if it will happen. It will happen. You guys just need to make sure that we are showing up every single day and that we're staying consistent, okay? As that takes place, your business will move forward. You will help more people. You will change people's lives. And as you do that, as you add value to other people's lives, you're going to essentially profit from that in multiple ways. You're going to earn income, but you're also going to feel a lot better about what you do as an individual. What I want you guys to understand at this point in time is right now you're going out there and you're getting people in your challenge groups. And ideally you're transitioning those challengers to coaches so that they can go out there and help more people as well, right? Right now, just as a single person, let's just say, you've got a few people in your challenge group. You have to kind of think of yourself as a pebble. You drop that pebble into the pond and that pebble makes ripples. That's your influence in ending the trend of obesity. That's your influence in the community right now, right? That's you working with your challengers. However, as you get those challengers to become coaches and they go out and start their own challenge groups and they go out and recruit more coaches themselves, then you've kind of got this whole army that's underneath you at this point in time that's, kicking this whole trend of obesity in the face and making a dent in what's going on there. All of a sudden, as you've got this army of people that's going out there and changing people's lives, you are no longer a little pebble. You're like the commander of this army of people that are going out there and helping other people change their lives. The value you're adding to the community all of a sudden becomes very, very great. Okay, I saw all of those Success Club numbers, and Dan, you've got to feel proud because your team's gone out there and done amazing things and helped a lot of people. The more lives you guys change, the more money you guys will make. And I want you guys to feel good about that. You're trading value for money. If you didn't charge anything for this, I can promise you what would happen is nobody would buy it. There's this sense of worth that they get from actually purchasing a product and sense of commitment that they also will give to that if they've actually invested in something, right? So the fact that you guys make money through helping other people is a good thing. It's good for them and it's good for you, because if they didn't pay anything towards it, they would quit. Because this is hard. Yeah. This is hard, guys. You want to go out there and
let me just say that real quick, guys. I want you to start thinking that like consistently in your brain. Because I think there's that weirdo, I used to have this all the time in my head, where I feel like I'm kind of cheating people because, you know, I'm getting money for this thing, and I'm, you know, there's like this internal, but man, if you really are genuinely adding value and doing your best to add that value to them in these challenges, and guys, just being real, our last challenge group, the one that we just finished on yesterday on Sunday, man, the people, I got like literally the comments that we kept getting over and over and over and over again. This was life-changing. This changed everything. Sherry's a good example. Sherry would not be here on this call right now had she not been part of this group, guys. And so I'm just saying, quit with that attitude that goes like, I feel like I'm cheating somebody because I'm charging them $30, you know, a month, or, you know, because you're practically getting $30 from this, right, guys? You know what I mean? So for a challenge pack or 40, whatever it is. But so don't, I think you get where I'm at. So
no, you guys just have to realize that the fitness industry is like, what, I don't know, $1 trillion industry or whatever it is. It's absolutely obscene how big of an industry it is. And everybody's out there trying to sell products. And there's a lot of Pied Pipers out there that are leading a whole bunch of people down the wrong path. You got the shake weight, and you got all these different things that are supposedly helping somebody change their life. We all know that's a bunch of baloney, okay? But what I can tell you guys is through the amazing fitness that we offer at Beachbody, the amazing nutrition through the Shakeology that we have, and the meal plans that we offer. And honestly, this is the differentiator. You guys, what you do is what makes us so amazing. Without you guys to help with peer support, the fitness and nutrition wouldn't matter if people aren't staying consistent and don't have social support to keep them in the game. So what you guys do is invaluable. I've never seen any other company out there that offers results like we have. Dude, Jeanette lost 100 pounds on this call. 3 digits, right?
Chip 50.
Who did?
Chip 50 pounds.
Chip, way to go, brother. 50, man. That's fantastic. I'm down 30 pounds. I'm sure a lot of you guys are down a specific amount of weight, or your lives have changed in whatever way due to, you know, the lifestyle that you live as a coach now. And it's absolutely phenomenal. Any other business in this world would have poster boys of, you know, what you guys have done just from this call to be in front of a television screen. You want to know what? Our results are so prolific. We have so many people who've lost crazy amounts of weight and transformed their lives. That's just not viable. It's just not viable for us to do that for every single person. So you guys need to feel good about being part of this company, because we do provide the real deal, the full package. Okay. So in order for us to be able to deliver on that, those actions need to be in place every single day. Okay. So one of the things, like top coach Melanie Mitro, I honestly believe the reason she's there is she's the queen of 2 things. She's the queen of putting first things first and focusing on the actions that really matter most first, right? After that, she's the queen of really helping her team do the same thing. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, if you guys put first things first every single day, you focus on the right actions, the results will come. They just will. That's the way it is. All right. I like to talk about Sir Isaac Newton's 3rd law of physics. And he says, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. All right. But if you guys aren't taking action, you can't expect the reaction to take place, right? I mean, Gary Vaynerchuk talked about that at Summit. He's like, you guys can't expect to have your feet up, you know, on the beach someplace, sipping a coconut, retired for the rest of your life after 6 months of coaching. It doesn't work that way. Okay. We've got to get in, put in the work every single day over a consistent, you know, long period of time, and amazing things will happen. But let's jump into what I would recommend that you guys focus on first every single day. Just like Dan talked about, there are a lot of things for you guys to focus on. And if you're not careful, you can get stuck chasing bright, shiny objects. And if you chase bright, shiny, fun objects, you're really not building your foundation of coaching like you need it to be. Okay. So there's 4 things that I like. Well, 4, I'm showing you 3 there. You can tell it's been a long day, right? 4 things that I'd like for you guys to be focusing on first. And that's relationship oriented stuff. Okay. I call it the Fantastic 4. This is a relationship business. If you're not talking to new people every day, if you're not building relationships, if you're not building trust with people, you're missing the boat. For those of you who talk or who listen to Carl Deichler's National Wake Up Call today, he talked about opening up the relationship with somebody instead of closing the sale, right? That's what we really want to be doing here. So in that first step of the Fantastic Four, I'm going to ask you guys to do 5 to 10 new friend invites every single day, okay? 5 to 10 new friend invites every single day. That's going to be crucial for you guys because it's basically like a funnel that you start with. If you don't have new friends that you're adding and you don't have new people that you're talking to every single day, you're going to be talking to the same people over and over and over again, and you're not going to get anywhere, at least for a longer, it's going to take you a longer period of time. Scotty Hobbs put it this way, said, look, when you're going through your social media network to see who would be a great challenger or a great coach, you're kind of looking, it's almost like looking through a deck of cards, and you're looking for the aces. You want to know who the most, amazing people would be in your, to get in a challenge group or to begin coaching. Once you pull out those 4 aces out of your deck of cards, you ain't going to find no more aces. You're going to be going through the same exact people or the same exact cards over and over again. So what I'm going to ask you guys to do is add more decks of cards to that stack. All right. Add more friends every single day.
Joe, I'm going to show real fast here my, the screen that has our Fit 4 tracker. Remember we talked about Fit 4 as your Fantastic Four?
Yep.
So, guys, this is in my Coach HQ. It's under RTB1. It's going to be exactly what he's talking about. So go for it, man. You can keep going on what you're saying. That's going to line up exactly.
Right. So the next thing that you really need to do, honestly, is you need to be connecting with people every single day. So as you've added these friends to Facebook, it's not just like, hey, we're friends now, but we never chat or talk or interact with each other. Your objective is to build a relationship with them. Stephen M.R. Covey talks about the speed of trust. And he says, the more people trust you, the faster your business is going to grow. Okay? So what you guys need to be doing, honestly, is developing relationships. If they don't know you from Adam or from Eve, let's just say, then they're going to be like, what is this person selling? Why are they talking to me? What's going on? And if you jump immediately from we're brand new friends to buy my challenge group, they're going to say block and you're done. Okay? Or they're going to unfollow you or whatever it is. So what you need to do, honestly, is you really need to be out there forming relationships with these people. And you need to be talking with them every single day. So the next step, number 2 in this step, is talking with 5 to 10 people every single day. New people, all right? People that you're starting relationships with at this point in time. So that's going to be, here's an example. It can be talking to them over the phone. It can be talking to them face-to-face, or it can be talking to them over chat. One of the benefits of talking to people over chat, for example, if you're on Facebook and you see somebody that you added to your social media network and they just bought a new dress, or they just took their kids to a new community center, fitness center, or something like that, wherever it is, you post up there, oh my gosh, I heard about that fitness center. How did your kids like it? I was super excited when I heard it. We were building it, blah, 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 blah. All of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, it was really fun. My kids loved it because of X, Y, Z. And then you've got some common ground and they're like, hey, this Dan guy is actually a solid dude. He's not just a weirdo that added me on Facebook, right? So once they actually start seeing that that you're a decent, legitimate person, their trust level goes up, okay? And then after that, what I'm going to ask you guys to do is to do 5 to 10 invites every single day. Any of you guys know why they say invite at Beachbody Coach or through the Vital Behaviors? The reason why they say invite, 1 is obviously to give it emphasis, but 2, it's because there's more than one type of invite you can do. As you ask people to be friends on Facebook, it's like you're inviting them to be friends. As you ask them to join a challenge group, you're doing an invite there. Invite to coaching, invite to be a leader, invite to do this, invite to do that. There's all sorts of invites, but you oftentimes have to be asking them to do something or they won't do it. Like if you're not knocking on the door, they're not going to open it up for you. Okay. So 5 to 10 invites every single day. And what I wanted to do, I'm just going to share my screen really quick with you guys.
Yep.
Oops.
I'll stop.
Really quick. Okay. So I'm going to talk with you guys really quick about this pipeline I want you guys to really be building. Okay. So just think of your pipeline at the very top. You may have hundreds or thousands of people in this group, or maybe you don't even have hundreds yet. But this is like your Facebook friends. That's at the top of your pipeline, okay? From there, you take your friends and you boil them down into a next group. And what I like to recommend is a free clean eating group, okay? So we'll just say free group. Sorry, I'm just using
That's
my
some
mouse
good
to draw.
artwork, dude.
Yeah, I know, right? Pretty fancy. So you get your free group next, and that could look like a free challenge, a free clean eating group, a free fitness group, a free crockpot group, anything like that. But what you're doing here is, like I said before, you're starting off with fitness, nutrition, and peer support. Through that, you can change people's lives in a huge way. A lot of times the barrier is at the beginning, and like we talked about earlier, everybody's selling fitness products, and most of them don't work. Okay, so when you go out there and talk to somebody new, your barrier is like, oh great, how in the world is this person going to buy a product from me, because everybody else has burned them on ab rollers and crunchers and blah 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 blah, right? So in the end, what you need to be able to do is say, okay, how can I build trust with them so they know I'm legit and that I'm actually going to help them get amazing results? From there, that's enter your free group, okay? You get them into free clean eating, you get them into free crockpot, you get them into free fitness, whatever it is. You start there and you help them feel the support that you can give them through your team. So all of a sudden they're going to be like, dude, Dan's free clean eating group is fantastic. I feel like this is a place where I can go in and I can be myself and get support from other people and have a fun time and also get the results I need. So you got to be providing value though. It can't just be like, join my free group, you know, and then have it be crickets, you know? So you got to have an outline of how you're going to make it fun and engaging and how people are going to interact. The other thing you need to do with this is you need to tell these guys, look, peer support doesn't just come from me. Peer support comes from everyone in our group. So if you're going to join my free clean eating group, we're going to support each other. We're going to comment on each other's posts. We're going to help each other up. We're going to lift each other. We're going to do this as a group. Okay. If we don't, the results are not going to be the same. If you want to get amazing fitness results, that's what you've got to do. And then what you're going to see is there's going to be some people that will engage and that are going to do what you ask them to do. And then you're going to move from your free group to your next group, which is your challenge group. Okay.
Hey, Joe, real quick on that. So just as a note, guys, when it relates to free challenges, man, I'll tell you what, the more professional you treat them, and if you treat it and you've got a plan and you have the expectations that are very clear and they know exactly what to do, and that you, like, just like Joe said, it's like, guys, I'm expecting you to do this here because this is going to make this a great group. Without that, it's ultimately just going to be a posting board for me, and that's not going to help anybody. We want to ultimately get you guys committed. And when they do that, they sense that, they're like, I trust this person, not only just because they're kind, but actually they're going to deliver on what I want this thing to do, right? And that's that credibility that starts to build beyond just trusting you as a nice person. So there's two levels of trust. First of all, they got to know that they're like, you're in it for them for the good, but then you also know what you're talking about a little bit. And you don't have to be a pro, you don't have to be an expert, but you have to just be enough of an expert to be able to offer some value, like Joe was saying.
All it really takes, guys, honestly, is asking them to interact with each other and having a few things that you do every single week that are scheduled beforehand. Mm-hmm. Like Jeff Hill always says, prior proper planning prevents poor performance. So that could look like, I'm going to share recipes this day, this day, this day. I'm going to be talking to him about, nutrition this day, this day, this day, fitness this day, this day, this day. And, I'm going to be putting out interactive posts on this day and this day. It doesn't even have to be anything crazy. Like, some of this stuff is really fast and easy to do, but as long as you're constantly adding value to them, they're going to be like, whoa, this is cool. And also I can feel the support that the team's giving me here, and I know I'm going to get good results. So then from there, once you've done that free clean eating group, it's like, guys, if you enjoyed this and you had fun being here and you feel like this culture is something that's really going to help you move forward, you ain't seen nothing yet. As you get into my challenge group, you're going to get this fitness program or Beachbody On Demand All Access. That's every program we've ever offered. You're going to get Shakeology, which is just invaluable as far as your health is concerned. And you're going to get like specific, clear, detailed meal plans that we will be following together as a group. And the peer support is unparalleled. When you join this challenge group, you will get results. Okay. And then from there, they're like, yeah, sign me up. because they know through your free clean eating group that you're the real deal, that as they join this challenge group, that they're going to get amazing results. Maybe not everybody's going to join. And what you guys need to take into consideration is you're always going to have more friends than you have in your free clean eating group. And you're always going to have more people in your free clean eating group than you're going to have in your challenge group. And you're always going to have more challengers coming in each month than you have coaches coming in each month, because that's just the way it is. So you need to, if you want to have more coaches coming in and you want to rank advance and make more money at this business, it comes from signing coaches that are active and are building other coaches and selling challenge backs themselves.
Yeah.
They're creating that army we spoke about earlier, right? So what you guys need to understand is if you want to get more of these coaches and ultimately leaders at the very bottom of the funnel, you have to start at the top of the funnel with adding new people to that every single day. Adding more people to your free group, adding more people to your challengers, and then from your challengers to your coach. And then as you build a lot of these coaches and you're helping them go out there and basically follow this same process with their, with their challengers and so on, then you're going to build leaders. You're going to rank advance, and you're going to grow your income in a big time way. Honestly, the income you're probably seeing at this point in time is mostly coming from your retail commissions. And that's going to be enough to cover your Shakeology each month and maybe a couple $100 more if you're doing well with retail sales. But in the end, where you're really going to make your money is through your team cycle bonuses. And your team cycle bonuses bump up through getting this pipeline full of coaches and active leaders. Okay. So that's honestly what I wanted to talk to you guys about as far as invites are concerned, is that you're going to go from invite to be friends, to invite to the free group, to invite to challenge group, to invite to coach, to invite to be leader. There's all sorts of invites you need to be doing. The 5 to 10 invites that you're going to be doing every single day are going to be in this category. And this one, and this one. Okay. So I guess I should say 2 and 3 would probably make more sense. So free group, challenge group, and coach group. If you guys can get 5 to 10 invites to those group at the beginning, it'll be great. And at the beginning, you're going to be focusing probably a little bit more on the free group. If you're just barely starting up as a coach, especially, because it's going to be like, well, I don't really have anybody in my funnel to go from step A to step B. You know what I mean? And what I'll tell you is that I look at it almost like a salmon ladder. So I'm from Idaho, and I've lived in Washington and Oregon and Utah and Dominican Republic, all over the place. And there's a lot of dams over here in the northwest area of the country. And they have these salmon ladders, and these salmons basically have to swim upstream, and they jump from one platform to the next where they have these pools. And the water at the top of the dam just kind of runs down. So they have to swim upstream, and not only swim upstream, they have to jump from one pool to the next, and they have to do that tons of times. But as they do that, it's like going up over rapids, and they can eventually jump up and over the dam and get to the destination where they want to go. It's the same way with coaching. If you look at this funnel, it's like you start down here with your friends, and then it's like a barrier to get your friends into the free group, right? So you get them into the free group, and then it's like, how do I get them to challenger? And how do I get them to coach? And how do I get them to leader? What you want to do in the end is you want to build smaller little blocks here, little steps that they can take along the way. So it's no longer a big jump, like a tremendous jump from friend to challenger, right? You're adding free group in the middle. And not only from free group, you're actually adding some things that they can do in the free group, like supporting each other and doing challenger type related stuff in there, getting them amazing results. And as all that stuff happens, they have these little steps that you're building, and then all of a sudden it's just a small step to go from free group to challenger. In the same way, when you've got your challenger group or challenge group, get them amazing fitness results, guys. If there's one thing that you can do as a coach, it's breathe confidence into your challengers and your coaches. So many people are like, I'm not good enough. I'm not, handsome enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not young enough. I'm not this, I'm not that. And it's a bunch of baloney that little devil on their shoulder is telling them. You've got to be like the little angel on their shoulder that's like, no, you will be good at this. Here's why, because X, Y, Z, And honestly, here's a whole list of people who've lost a bunch of weight, or here's a whole list of people that I'm working with right now as coaches, and we are going to do this together. And really, it's just building these little steps for them, so it's not such a big jump to the next category, okay? So as you're doing your invites, just make sure at the beginning, if you need to do a lot of invites to your free clean eating group, that's fantastic. If you want to bring in 5 to 10 challengers in a month, great, you can do it, but you need to make sure that the actions to get those challengers are in place every day on a daily basis, and you'll get the 5 to 10 challengers. All right. Just understand, guys, that this isn't a direct result business. And as you guys put the work in today, it's going to take you maybe a couple weeks to fill your pipeline full before you start seeing actual challengers jumping on, before your challengers transition to coaches. But as you guys continue to put in actions every single day, you're going to see that needle move in the direction you want it to go. So last one.
Joe, real quick, 2 seconds on that. So guys, really quick on this is, I think the issue and frustration when it comes to coaching, especially if you've been doing it a few months and you feel like, I don't know who else to talk to. Like I'm like out of people, like I'm done. That means that top of the funnel is gone like this. Like you're literally, there's no new people that are hearing your message now. Okay. And you may even have a whole ton of people on your Facebook list, but they're no longer seeing your posts because you're never connecting with them. The only thing you're talking about is your workout or your whatever, your shake, and only coaches are liking that stuff. So you're not actually reaching out to them and engaging in, and this is the big learning for me real fast here, guys, is the fact that me simply going out every day and commenting with a question on people's posts, not even in their private Facebook feed, because sometimes that can be really awkward. It's like, oh my gosh, I got this message from who? Here's this guy and I've this gal and I just got messaged this what? How did I get this private message from this guy? So I'm on their line. Hey, that's a really cool car. Where'd you get it? Or that kind of a stuff, where it just kind of starts to engage some conversation in it. And guys, it's not being false. So it's not, I use that as an example, but like for me, it'd be like, hey, it's a new guitar. Oh my gosh, dude, you got a new guitar. That's really cool because I have interest in guitars, right? So that actually, or it's a cat. Oh my gosh, that cat's so cute. Like, how old is it or whatever? It starts to get some interaction. And when that interaction happens, guys, I'm not kidding you. The amount of people, I literally saw people like when I did this and started very next day, people liking stuff that I had, they show up magically, right, Jen? Jen knows this exactly because she's been doing it too. They magically show up, and it's called the Facebook algorithm. So if you're struggling, guys, with this at the top of your funnel, dude, you got to open this first, which means you got to be starting to connect with people. Then you can invite to your free challenges, which you guys are like, I've done free challenges and they never work because I don't get any new people in it. It's because of this at the top. And this opens, they start to see a free challenge, private A clean eating. Hey, new persons. Hey, we're going to come in every month. And that will happen. That will not dry up. I guarantee you there are like 5 billion people on Facebook, right? The world. I mean, it's like at least 3 billion. So.
And here's the thing too, is like, as you guys deliver, people will continue to show.
Yes. And they invite their friends.
People will continue to show. Like Walt Disney would always say, do whatever you do so well that people will want to see it again and bring their friends.
Remarkable.
That's your objective with coaching, okay? The beautiful thing is, honestly, that we can provide that. But the recognition portion is huge. So as we were talking about those salmon ladder steps that you're trying to get people over, you have to tell them why they're doing amazing. Here's an example of that. My sister-in-law just bought an all-access challenge pack through a girl at church, and the girl at church got her into a free fitness group first. And, my sister-in-law realized it was really cool. She saw my transformation, and then she was like, yeah, I'll do it. And she lost 10 pounds her first 10 days with 21-day fix. And I'm like, Jesse, talk to me about how the challenge group's going. How are you feeling? How are things, give me the scoop. And she's like, it's good, I guess. I mean, I've lost 10 pounds. She was totally down on herself. And I'm like, Jesse, you lost 10 pounds in 10 days. That's amazing. Oh my gosh, you're killing it. And when I left, I talked to my brother and I said, Ben, you have to tell that woman how amazing she is doing, because she doesn't understand it right now. And if she doesn't understand it, she's going to get frustrated and she's going to quit. Okay. So your job as coaches is to fill people's canteen up with self-confidence. You got to fill their emotional canteen up, and you've got to be legitimate and forthright with them about why. Like, it can't be contrived. You've got to be real with them, and you have to literally mine that stuff. You've got to intentionally come up with ways that you can figure out how to recognize them.
Guys, real fast on that. You all know me. You know my crazy memes, right? I have these crazy pictures of me using Snapchat. Do you know that that's very strategic? I'm super silly with it because I like to be silly. But man, I'm crazy strategic about that because that opens up people's. They try oh, he's funny. He's not just this serious what. Oh, he's got deer antlers out of his head. Oh, ha, 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 he's so fun. You know what I mean? I don't mean to be, I'm not, but I am trying to build trust. It's that speed of trust that Joe was talking about just a minute ago, but that speed of trust. So I'm very specific. Now that works for me. You don't necessarily have to do that, but you got to find something like that that ultimately is going to build trust with your people as you're shouting them out. And that can be, I don't know how it works for you. Maybe it's cute kittens in a picture. I don't know, whatever you do.
The trust, honestly, is like making sure that you recognize the people who show up and do their workouts,
yeah.
who take their shake, who support other people in the group,
yeah.
who, do anything that's amazing. You have to you first set the expectation of what you want them to do. Once you've done that, recognize the people who are following through and doing a good job of it. And then all of a sudden, when you talk to them about coaching as a challenger, they're like, I'm already helping people. I'm already supporting people. I'm already doing a lot of the fun stuff that coaches are doing. I've already been recognized for kicking butt at it, so I know I'm kind of good. Yeah, I think coaching does sound like, something I'd be good at.
And swag, kids, swag. Tell you what, a pair of socks goes a long way. Not kidding.
Yep. It does.
My last several coaches have been sock winners.
Yeah, you socked it to them.
I see.
Anyway, no, so the big thing is, honestly, guys, is after the invites, the 5 to 10 invites every day, is the follow-ups. Make sure you're doing those follow-ups. Just mirror however many invites you're doing. How many of you guys signed up the very first time Dan talked to you about a challenge group? Very first interaction. That's what I thought. So what does that tell you guys? That tells you that you're here because of the follow-up. So if you guys hear no, it's not because your invite sucked or you're a bad coach. So just get that out of your head, right? So that go for no thing. It's a process, guys. It's a process. So if you hear no, you just got to understand the majority of people say no the first time you ask them to buy a product, get off the couch, stop eating potato chips, and get in shape. That's kind of a hard sell. But, that's what they want in the end. They want to get in good shape, right? So you guys can provide that through this Fantastic Four. Honestly, there's some more stuff to coaching besides that, but that's putting first things first as far as I'm concerned, okay? So show up every single day, create those relationships, help people get amazing results. Honestly, your businesses are going to move forward. The other thing I'm going to tell you guys is that as you build your team, you're going to have people that jump on and people who jump off the ship, okay? That's just the way coaching goes. And at first it stings and it hurts and you're like, man, that sucks. How did this person cancel? They lost like 40 pounds. Like, how did that work? You can't take all that stuff personally. You have to move forward. And you move forward by spending the majority of your time. At this point in time, if you're below diamond, you should be spending about 90% of your time on finding new challengers and finding new coaches, okay? And then after that, you should be spending about 10% of your time while you're working on team management. As you guys go up to diamond, maybe that'll be 20% of your time and 80% of your time, in the other category. And it'll continue on going up, but guess what? It never goes past 50% on your team management side, ever, even when you're 15-star diamond. And that's just an unhealthy spot for you to go. And if you're not in the building phase, your team's not going to be doing it either because you're not leading them properly. And if that happens, everything slows down. Anyway, guys, that's the Fantastic Four. Honestly, just to recap here, send your overall vision goals to Dan. Not just write them down yourself, but send them to Dan. Tell somebody else about it. Okay.
Well, you know what we're going to do, Joe? We're just going to post them, probably post them right on a post in our coach club. Is
Okay,
have
good.
us, guys. That
Okay.
I'd love for us to each see each other's kind of stuff like that. If you guys are willing to do that, it's probably the best.
Okay. No, I think that that's good, and it gives a little bit more, puts a little more skin in the game when other people know what you're shooting for. Don't sell
right.
yourself short.
So good.
So, dudes, I don't want to take too much more of your time. I just want to let you know, if you align your daily tasks with where you want to go long term, you will get there, guys. It will happen. And then once you become diamond, you got to start working with our corporate people. Once you become 3-star, you get to start working with me. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, I know you guys can do this. I've got faith in you. I've got faith in your team. So team, go make it happen. Thanks, guys.
It's actually go team though, Joe.
Oh, go team. Yeah.
Team go. Either. Yeah. All right. Hey guys, can we smile all for the camera? You guys ready? Everyone smile. 1, 2, 3. I think it took. No, it totally didn't. Oh, stink. Do it again. Let me go to, I have to go to a different thing. Let me go to grab. Here we go. One more time. 3, 2, 1, and go. Perfect. All right. Everybody's happy.
All right, guys.
Hey, guys, just got to say big thanks to Joe. Can we all, real quick, I'm going to unmute you real fast. Same thing once again. Here we go. Give it up for Joe. 5, 4, 3. Oh, I can't unmute. I don't know why it's not opening my screen. Oh, it's because it's on the chat one. Here, 2 seconds. There you are. Like you were all frozen. There we go. Manage participants. All right, unmute. Here we go. Let's go for Joe. 1, 2, 3. Woo!
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
All right. So just for the good of the order, I'm going to absolutely post this in the recording of this in the Go Team Coach Club. Tag people who weren't able to make it, okay, so they can take a look at this, guys. Such great content, Joe. I think specifically the big things that hit for me is the fact that we are keeping focused on daily actions, because those are, remember we talked about this, guys, those are our lead indicators. The lead indicators are so critical in order to get the lag, which is the success club, which is what we ultimately want to do because we want to change lives. So the more we can focus on that, the better. And then finally, last thing, guys, here real fast, I needed to say one thing before we go, is that our next meeting is going to be actually next Monday. Next Monday. This is Team Cup month. We're giving this a shot. Normally we've been doing first and third, but we're going to do next Monday. And by the way, the 4th Monday of the month is going to be our sneak peek into Beachbody coaching. So if you start having people who are interested in your challenges, start doing it every 4th Monday, potentially 4th, sometimes 5th. Let's see how it kind of works with the month. But that's going to be where you can invite people and they can hear more about becoming a Beachbody coach. All right. So, guys, thanks so much again. You guys rock. We'll post this in the thing. We'll ask people for you to comment on your 3 goals for the year, and then also your, what was the other thing we asked? It was
Business hours.
Business hours. Thank you.
Yep. When you're going to be doing your business hours.
Yep.
And what I'll just close with that on is honestly subdivide the time. If you're spending 2 hours a day working on coaching, then say, I'm going to be spending 20 minutes doing my invites. I'm going to be spending this, like subdivide it, because if you're not careful, you'll get caught watching kitten videos all day long, and then you'll think you worked, but you really didn't, right? So that's the last thing I'll just throw in there.
Yeah, very good. And so, guys, it's really important to make sure you've got those barriers set up so you're being respectful to your family as well. All right, guys, thanks so much. Go Team, you rock, and let's keep rocking this month. You guys are amazing. Peace out.